Chapter 564. The crowd gathered to walk into the school together. Someone asked Phil, "Hey, what did you talk about just now?" It seemed to be an intense conversation. Phil laughed and said, "We were talking about Natalia. By the way, will she come today?" Someone laughed. "Trump didn't even ask this question, don't be too nosy." "Well, I ask on behalf of him. Natalia was his first love. I wonder if he still remembers her after all these years." Paul interjected with a sneer, "I bet he can't forget Natalia for the rest of his life, given his dire and catastrophic life now." "Huh? What happened?" someone asked curiously. "I'll tell you more in detail once we get to our classroom." Trump huffed irritably, "Oh, can you just shut up for a second?" Paul chuckled and said, "But I want to talk about it, can you control my mouth?" As they walked into the classroom, the group of men looked around them, and the nostalgic memories of their good times in university flooded their minds. Some of them even wept as soon as they walked into the room. Paul sat in his seat and sighed as if he was regretful before speaking. "To tell you guys the bitter truth, Natalia was just looking for an excuse to shun her admirers. That's why she was together with Trump. See, she went to the States right after graduation." Paul huffed a breath and continued, "I heard that Trump's mother didn't seem too fond of him, which was why he was a complete failure in life until he had a daughter. He thought that he could turn his life around with his daughter's help, but who knew she found herself a loser husband. I even heard that his son-in-law is an orphan and a moocher, so, compared to us, Trump didn't do so great after graduation." The guys were intrigued by the topic. They gathered around Paul and wanted to know more about the details. Alex scratched his nose in amusement, thinking that Paul knew Trump's situation very well. He even knew his orphan status and the moocher thing. It looked like his resentment toward Trump was indeed very deep. Someone gaped in shock and said, "But why did Trump become like this? He was the chairman of the student union and the top student in school, why did he end up like this?" Trump cursed angrily, "Paul, can you shut up?" Joey giggled in amusement and said, "Uncle Richard, why so serious? Everyone is just trying to have some fun, no one will take it seriously. Please try to be a little open-minded." Trump was extremely gloomy and frustrated. The happiness came from the basis of his pain. What was so fun about it? Paul glanced at Trump resentfully and smiled as he said, "That's not the worst. Do you know what the worst thing is?" "What?" the crowd asked simultaneously. Paul laughed. "The worst thing is, Trump married a certain celebrity in our school. Guess who she is?" Someone complained, "Ah, how can we guess that? We went to other places for work after graduation, unlike you who has always been in Oris Hill. Of course you would know more than we do." "That's right. Enough with the cliffhanger, hurry up and spill the beans. We are all curious." Paul laughed again before saying out loud, "He married Elaine, the #1 vixen in our school back in those days."